Just get really, really bored. Really bored of seeing the same thing happen over and over and over again, and our shoddy players making the same mistakes and just not doing the basics. Man. Just kick it, man. Just kick it clear. Just kick it. Hello and welcome to the Gooner Talk, back again with you guys for another show after Arsenal have drawn 1-1 with Slavia Prague in one of the most predictable results you've ever seen from an Arsenal perspective. All I talked about on Hugh's show, all I said over and over and over again was how important it is to keep a clean sheet and to not concede an away goal against this Slavia side. Continuously. Honestly, I just don't. How many chances do we have to create? How many chances do we have to create? How many clear-cut opportunities do we need to miss over and over again? How many times do we? How many times? What? I don't get it. Until we have better players, what are we going to expect? Because we're just not taking the chances we're making. Again, missing Lacazette, man, missing clear-cut chances. Aubameyang comes on, misses a huge chance straight away. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Just unreal, man. We create Saka. Onside, misses a huge chance. It just, honestly, you take those and it's just such a different scenario. Such a different. There's no, I can't. We created enough chances to win the game. We're very slow in the first 20 minutes, but we created enough to win this game. We created enough to win this game. And we didn't, because they missed the chances once again. I don't know what Arteta's got to do. Is he got to run on the pitch and take these chances himself? Because he's got all these clowns shouting, trust the process, ironically. And I hear you, bros. I get it. I hear you. It must be great. You're Arsenal fans and you're throwing abuse my way. You get to the end of the game. What should we do? What's my thought process? I want to go onto that show. I'm going to shout out, trust the process, because, yeah, that's where your principles are, guys. That's where your principles are. Let's break down this game. Let's break down what we saw today. Let's talk about what we've seen. Thank you, Sarash. Appreciate you having a level head on your shoulders, son. I don't really understand how we can create so many chances and just keep missing such easy opportunities and then make the same key errors. Like, we defended fine. Holding had a really good game, cleared everything, blocked everything, passed out fine. Gabby was making some really good tackles, interceptions. But no, man. We just couldn't grab the game, couldn't take the chances we score. We're just not clinical. Just not clinical. It's really frustrating. A lot can change. A lot can happen. We could go to Slavia and score 2 goals, and then they have to score 3 to go through, which would be amazing. But yeah, what I'd like to know, though, what I'd like to understand is, because I see a lot of people in the chat throwing the blame at Arteta, which you're entitled to have an opinion. But I just want to know why, guys. I just want to know why. I don't know what more. The system, we created 4. I'm thinking Saka, Lacazette twice, Aubameyang and the goal. So you're 5 there. 5 clear chances to score and win the game. And the players that had those chances missed them. It could have been 5-0. It could have been 5, and it's not an exaggeration. Saka should score his chance. Lacazette should score the 1-on-1. Lacazette should score the cross from Emil Smith-Rowe. Aubameyang should score the chance from at the right-hand side. And we score the 5th chance. Tell me. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get what blaming the manager here does. I don't understand it because it frustrates me because it's just looking to blame him here. It is just looking to blame him because we should have been 5-0 up. We should have done this tie. This tie should be over and finished. I don't get it. I really don't understand how you can look at that and go, yeah, you know what? That's Arteta's fault. That's Arteta's fault. That is that right there. That's Arteta's fault. Despite the fact that we created 5 clear-cut chances, all of them should have gone in were it not for the poor clinicalness of our players that we would have been easily. So easily. I don't really get it. I don't understand. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, so we go into this away leg. Slavia Prague have, in the last 2 rounds, drawn their games in their ground. And what frustrates me a lot about this game is that we had a chance to really kind of beat a side that have got an absolute horrid person in their squad that wasn't there tonight, and is guilty of some really horrible offences from the game against Rangers. And we had the chance to really, really go at them and really kind of put in a display that showed determination and fight. And what did we do? We didn't. We looked passive for the first 20 minutes. Mate, after seeing Martinelli come on and push and fight and drive and chase and harry and shoot, please start him on Sunday. Please play him against Sheffield United. Please. Give him a chance. Give him a full game against Sheffield United to prove why he should be in the team. Just give him a chance. Just give him that chance. I understand it. I get it. I understand why we want to be careful. I get that. I understand that. But just give him a chance. Just throw him in and let him fight for that place. And I mean, based on Pepe's performance when he came on, Pepe was excellent when he came on. Absolutely brilliant. It's just, yeah. It really frustrates me. Let's see what you guys are saying. Thibaut Pesque says the team that have not lost a game since December 10th are not good. All we needed was to play, attack the space, but only had Saka and could do it until the 77th. Does Arteta know that we have 5 subs? Neil Cooper says, Tom, there is something bigger going on off the pitch. There is a lack of togetherness. We never seem to be starting off in a positive style and get early goals. These players are mentally very weak. Casper says, when Slavia had to score, he brought on the players better at counter-attacking and we scored. You can't blame Arteta for Cedric not kicking the ball away. You're right, mate. You can't. He made the changes to win the game. And the thing is, people going on about the fact that we made subs too late. We were building into the game. We were dominating the game. And we created clear-cut winning chances during the time in which his starting 11 was on the pitch. We made the changes and it had an impact. And immediately we made a chance for Aubameyang that he should have scored. And then Pepe eventually comes on and scores. A change that Arteta made, comes on, scores the goal. He takes off. He brings on players to hold the line, to make us more secure. I didn't have any issues with those subs. And then Cedric just doesn't boot the ball away. You're 1-0 up. You're at home. You don't want to concede an away goal. Just kick it, bro. Just kick it. Just kick it. Just get rid of it. Just a bit of common sense. That's all it takes. But no, you kick it back, you put it under pressure, and we concede a corner from a shot, and then we have to talk about Leno. Now, I've supported Leno a lot, but how many times is his weak wrists going to allow a ball to go into the back of the net? How many times are we going to standing here and say that he should be stopping these shots? Because he gets his hands to them and it just goes straight through them. Why? Just have it. Even the shot that led to the corner, it could have gone in. It was only because it was very fortunate that it went and hit the post. But even then, he was weak-wristed. There's growing questions around Bernd Leno now. even coming from me, there are growing questions around Bernd Leno that Oh, dearie me. Cookie Monster says, our press was horrendous all game. We played terrible football. Our chances, except our goal, was just the opposition being terrible. See, this is what frustrates me, is that I'm all for an opposite view, but if you're not going to be coherent enough and just lacking stubbornness to turn around and say, look, we created chances because we made some good plays, then you're done out here. It just doesn't make any sense. Real Janice says the players look unmotivated and down. What's wrong with them? It's confusing. Chris says, how has Tom not mentioned how awful Partey was? Have we got any of the stats from his performance? I just want to see if we can find any of the stats from his display today. I don't know what's happened to the guy. I really don't, because at the start of the season when he was playing, I get that he's been injured and stuff, but he wasn't great today. He wasn't great. I can't seem to find the stats. Have we got the stats from the game? Come on, show me the stats. Show me the stats from Partey. Please, please show me the stats. It's not showing me the stats. I don't know why. Just show me the stats. I want to see how he got on, but it's not telling me. It's so annoying, man. Just tell me. What was it? Ironically, do you want to hear what's funny? Is that Thomas Partey, everyone's saying how bad he was, has the second highest rating in our team, behind Bukayo Saka, with 7.1. In fact, it's the only other player in the team to have a rating of over 7 in the whole of our team. Slavia Prague, by the way, have not got a single player bar one, which was their centre-back and their goal scorer, with a score of over 7, because they weren't great. They're pretty dreadful. In fact, I was very disappointed with how Seema played after hearing how good he was. But yeah, holding 6.8, Gabriel 6.6, Partey 7.1, Saka 7.3, Lacazette 6.5. I think that's generous. Smith Rowe, where was Smith Rowe today? Really, really tried, put a couple of crosses in, but I was not impressed with him, it's fair to say. And I've been so impressed with Smith Rowe, but today I really missed Erdegaard today. Really, really did feel like I missed Erdegaard again. Really, really frustrating. And the thing is that Partey loses the ball in areas, and I get this frustrating, but Partey loses the ball because he's trying to do stuff. Like, he's trying to make stuff happen. And it's so hypocritical of a lot of the fan base, because we moan about how we moan about players passing backwards. We get it. He's trying to do stuff. He's trying to make stuff happen, and that's where he loses the ball, because he's actually trying to do things and trying to transition and progress the play. And yeah. And he's going to lose the ball when he's going to try and do that, because no one else is doing it. So, yeah, I thought Xhaka had a decent game, kept the ball moving, passing it. We had more control of the ball than we did against Liverpool with Xhaka in the team. These players are just dreadful. It's just the squad's really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. I don't know what another coach does, boys. I don't know what they do, because I said this on Hugh's show. I said, I don't see like Pep Guardiola coming in and doing anything different, because what Pep Guardiola does when he comes into a team is he identifies the areas and he buys quality players with millions of quid. And we can't do that. We need to do that, but we can't do that. I don't get what someone else does that's different. I don't know what more they get from these utter really poor group of lads that can't finish their dinner. I can say it's over and over again, but we created 5 clear-cut chances. 5 clear-cut chances. And we took one of them. And that was it. We took one chance. Yeah, really, really, real shame there. Thank you, James, for the super chat. I'm not angry at Arteta. I'm angry at Kroenke. The guy's worth 10 billion and he don't care about Arsenal. We need proper investment in the team. You're spot on, mate. It says another manager would have focused on the attack, not the defense. Mate, we created 5 clear-cut chances. I'm sick of this. It's a myth. I'm sorry, but the people are just blind to this. Did we not create 5 chances that all one of them we should have scored from? It's not about this, like, that we're not offensive. We created more than enough to win this game, and the players that the chances fell to, they didn't take. What do you want? What more do you want? I don't get it. I really don't understand. These players can't finish the chances that we're making. It's so frustrating that people are just so blinkered to this. So blinkered to this. I don't get it. Matt says, exactly, Tom. That's what I said in the Discord, but they're happy to have sideways and backwards El Neni in the team. Neil Cooper says, Arteta looked broken. I think he needs better tactical players to carry out his instructions, but they also need to manage things on the pitch for themselves. Tiba says, there's clearly a confidence issue at the moment. They all look petrified. Whose fault is it? I'm not sure, but it is palpable. That's why we concede again at the end. Kian, Bellerin, good performance there. Yeah, he was pretty good, actually. Fair play. Bellerin was all right today. Yeah, he didn't light the world up, but he was good. Janice says, a more experienced coach. Oh, my God. This word, experience, guys. Man, we had 2 experienced managers. Where did they take us? They took us nowhere. They took us to decline. They took us out of our experienced manager took us out of the Champions League. Our experienced manager that came in next cost us top 4. They brought in silly amounts, just spent millions and millions on a forward that he didn't want, because the one he wanted we couldn't get, and even then he wanted to spend millions in. Experience is overrated, guys. It's so overrated. When are we going to wake up and smell the coffee that these players are not good enough? And that until we start investing and until we start improving this squad significantly, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Leicester couldn't beat this Slavia Prague side, and you're expecting a team that are sitting so many places off of that side to come out and smash them. Is that what you're expecting? Because you're expecting too much. Your expectations are too high. They are far, far, far too high. I don't know what has to happen. It is not for me. And Janice, I'm not having a go at you, son. I'm just so sick of this idea around experience is suddenly this amazing potion that is going to come into this team and just set us on fire. It's really not, because we've had 2 experienced coaches. We had the coach that won more Europa Leagues than any manager. And yet, for some reason, experience is what changes things. We've had experience. It didn't work. It's overrated. Move on. Stop bringing it up, because it is not a excuse. We've tried it. It didn't work. So let's try and go for something different. Let's actually try and focus on the actual issue, which is the fact that we're not improving the team enough. The team's not good enough. The players aren't good enough. And yeah, we're sitting here blaming the guy that's trying to orchestrate and puppeteer puppets that are broken. We haven't got a team. They're dreadful. They're dreadful. They are dreadful. Oh, Thapello, look at you coming in here saying we beat Leicester as an actual excuse. That's incredible. We're using the fact that we beat a top 4 side the first time away from home since 2015, and that's being used against us. Incredible how we spin things. Christ, put your spinning top away, because it's just broken. Alex George says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. These players won't get much better, most of them. Exactly. We're trying to get better results. We're trying to get better results with these players that are dreadful, and you're expecting it to get better. No, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, Janice. I will read the rest of your comment if it's still there. It is. But the squad isn't good enough. I missed that. They are a top 8 at best. I don't blame Arteta. I know. I'm just so sick of this experience malarkey. It's just the most overrated thing. Oh, man. Vinny says, no excuse not beating this crap Czech team. Not one of those players gets in our team. That's down to mentality. I mean, 2 of their players that they just sold to West Ham easily get in our team. Kufau and Souček go straight into Arsenal's team. So let's not underrate them. That's fair to say. A team that's not lost since December and has beaten these guys. Beaten Leicester, beaten Rangers. Oh, man. If you keep spamming my chat, I'm so done with people spamming my chat. Christ on a bike. Cal says, I don't think we can turn this around by next season either. Jamie says, if you can't get the players up for this game, surely something is wrong. Tony W says, Laka is a lazy you-know-what. Who thinks he's good to work hard for us? Tang Wang says, just ignore the negativity. To be fair, we did play well. We just lacked a bit of finesse. Hilmi says, let's see what Arteta says. I will be very interested to hear what he says. A. Noonan says, Tom, 100% agree. We have wasted money, but what top club doesn't? We are a business that making money takes priority over investment. Think about it, peeps. City, they're a club that don't waste money. You know, you look at how much, well, not everything, Mangala. But at the same time, just, yeah, incredible scenes. Made in Brooklyn says, true or false? Thank you for the donation. Arsenal fans should lower our expectations, except we are a mid-table squad and our years away from returning to the top four. Brooklyn, people should accept that the squad, in comparison to the other teams, is not a top four squad. Yes, they should accept that. But they should not accept that that's where we should be. And they should not accept that that's what the squad should be next season or the season after. They should accept what it is now. Yeah, 100%. But we should not accept this is where Arsenal are and should be. Arsenal should be challenging for the top four as a club with the stature that the club is. We should be challenging for it. With these group of players, realistically, it's not going to happen. But that's the thing, is that we should expect that the people that are in charge should be pumping the money into the team to make us competitive. Self-sustaining model, I hear you. It works for some people, but it works for Liverpool because they sell really well. Arsenal have not sold well for a long, long time. The best sale that we've made is Alex Iwobi in the last decade. Arguably, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain can come into that as well. Sure, 2 players in 10 years. That's it. That self-sustaining model, it doesn't happen when you sell 2 decent players for a decent fee in 10 years. That's not self-sustaining. And so therefore, this isn't a self-sustaining model, is it? Because we're not doing the selling side of things to make it self-sustaining. So then you have to react and you have to invest and you have to pump money into this team to get it where we want it to be. So yeah, accept where we are now, but you should not accept the fact that this team should be pushing for top 4, but it's not going to happen with this group of players because they are dreadful. They aren't worthy of the shirt. It's fact. It's pure fact. There's some of them are. Some of them are. Tierney's. Man, I'm struggling. Tierney's. And now I'm thinking. Partey, based on his performance today, no. Xhaka, not after what he did. No, he's not worthy of the shirt. Gabriel at the back, you might want to say, yeah. Worthy of the shirt. Erdegaard, if we could sign him, he'd be worthy of it. Martinelli, if he was given a chance, maybe. I'm struggling now, aren't I? I'm really struggling. I think we're all struggling. Yet we're expecting this team to absolutely batter teams. Absolutely batter them. Get real. Get real. See where we are. Just understand where we are. Understand what we are. Because it's crap. It's crap. We aren't anywhere good, guys. This is not a good team. It's not a good team. Mr. Joker says that's expected value against actual value. We should be a top 4 side for the fees and wages that we pay, but we are a top 10 side for actually the players that we have. Exactly. You're spot on, mate. Yeah. Saka. Sorry. Yes, Saka. Good point. Bukayo Saka, 100%. Smith Rowe. We can add him in there as well, although he wasn't really that great today. Robber Band says players aren't even upset after the match. It's a loser mentality. Oh, man. Johnny says, we need to understand that it's Arteta as well as the player. Johnny, I get it. There are things that Arteta does wrong. But today, we created 5 clear-cut chances. We should have won the game, but they're utter just ineptitude and poor quality. Didn't take the chances that we made. Arteta's system created 5 chances that we clear-cut chances that we should have scored. We should have won the game 3-4, 5-0 with those chances. Saka should have scored. Laka should have scored twice. Aubameyang should have scored and Pepe did score. But no. Because, oh man, Oh, man. And the thing is about Saka's chance, he's still a kid. He's 19-year-olds. We're relying on these 19-year-olds to be the guys that drag us forwards. These 19, 20-year-old kids, we're relying on them to be the ones that drag us forwards. Are they going to be able to do that all season? No, of course not. They're 19. They're teenagers. It's the experienced players that we need to be standing up and actually doing something. It's the Lacazettes. It's the Aubameyangs. It's the Parteys. It's these guys that need to be taken up, stepping up and dragging us forwards, and they're not right now. Especially our forward line. They're not, are they? The experienced players are not stepping up. They're not doing their jobs. And it's pathetic. It's really bad. Willian hit the post, says Pablo. Yeah, it was a set piece. I mean, the XG of that would be exceptionally low. Exceptionally low. Michael Headley says, exactly the fact that we don't have players better than them is a joke. Esteban says, this club is killing me. Owen says, they had 10 shots, 4 on target. You have to remember that one of them was the goal. One of them was the one that Leno parried against the post. The other one was the one that was very tame from Seema that went straight to Leno. I can't remember what the other one was. And then they had quite a few that was from outside the box. So their chances weren't massive. Whereas our chances, the 5 chances we made was so big. Neil Cooper says, superb, Tom. Thank you. Self-sustaining model when you can't sell any of your players is a joke. Is a joke. You can go away. Machiavelli says, Tom, comments on Omar's question. Where's Omar's question? Where is Omar? We love Omar. I don't always agree with him, but where's Omar? Omar says, what has the new set piece coach improved? I don't know, Omar. I don't know what he's improved. I really don't. Vinny says, Nigerian promising us billions. Of course, talking about Dangote. He's the guy we need. Right? If he was to come in and give us loads of millions, yeah, of course. Johnny says, what has the coach improved? Well, it's a big question. A bigger question might be, what can you improve with these guys? What can you improve? How on earth did he win that cup? How did he win the FA Cup? How did he do that? How did he win the FA Cup with these? He didn't even have Partey and Gabriel. How did he win that? That's incredible. That's incredible. How did he do it? Oh, man, keep this guy because he can win trophies with these. He can win trophies with these. He can beat Chelsea and City. How did he do that? Oh, Texas Gunner says, Tom. Why are we AFC fans? We must be mental. Beaver Paul says, Partey was awful and yet got the second highest match rating of 7.1. Partey was awful and got the second highest match rating today based on what he did. Unbelievable. Ronk says, the coach has spent, 100 million? Yeah, he spent 100 million on Partey and Gabriel, and who have been some of the best players this season. Gabriel, certainly. Partey, unfortunately, is injured for a lot of the season. But I want to see that continue. I trust this guy. You look at that, what he's spending. When we do spend under Arteta, he's bringing in good players. That's why I'm sticking with it. That's why I want to see what this summer brings. But I tell you, if we don't spend enough, if we aren't going out there and spending upwards of 100 million, and I mean upwards, considerably upwards of 100 million, I don't care about a pandemic. I don't care about if we lack player sales. Invest in the bloody team, because that's the only way things are changing. Absolutely. Only way it changes. Glenn Cook says, you've got to ignore the trolls, Tom. The thing is, Glenn, is that there's going to be people that disagree with me. I get that. I understand it. There's going to be people that are very angry at the manager, very angry at the situation, and therefore they are going to want to spend their time in coming into streams and putting Arteta out in a stream when they know very much that I am someone that likes to support the manager, and that's fine, Glenn. I'm not going to get angry. I'm going to get frustrated because I love this club. Absolutely love it. And it frustrates me that some people maybe can't see what I can, but they will probably be equally frustrated that I can't see what they're seeing. So it works both ways. Always, we have said on the channel, on TGT, if you have a different opinion to me and you're respectful and you're not spamming the chat then you are more than welcome to come on to the chat and post that, and we will read it and we will discuss it 100%. So Glenn, I really appreciate it. It might be some that are trolling, and that's fair. Some people like that. Some people have got no life and they're envious. But other than that, fair play. If you want to come in with a different view, we will talk about it and we will discuss it. And tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time, Let's Talk Arsenal. We'll be back here. Oh, no, sorry. Early, 11 a.m. tomorrow. It's another early show. Apologies. I am busy in the afternoon, so it will be 11 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Drop a like on the video for today as well. Appreciate it. Jordan says, sorry, Tom, I have to disagree with that hat. What's wrong with my hat? What's wrong with this hat? That's the best thing about tonight. Yannick says, toxic positivity merchants call anyone who disagrees with them a troll or a hater. Yeah. I mean, Yannick, I wouldn't have you in here if I wasn't accepting of people with different views. So I hope you appreciate that, mate. Peter says, are the green shoots really that green if we can't finish chances? Antonio says, Tom, do you think this team have chemistry and togetherness? I don't think so. No, I don't. I don't think they got much quality, to be honest, Antonio. Texas says, is it Arteta's fault if we can't finish? We look like a junior high basketball team out there trying to hit 3-pointers blindfolded in the dark. Teng Wang says, we just need to score at least 2 away goals. It ain't that bad. And it gives the team an opportunity to make amends. We have to score. That's the thing, is that we have to score. And Slavia can sit back and defend because they know that if we don't score, we're out. And that's what I was saying. I'm so frustrated because I said it for the whole of the stream with Hugh that keeping a clean sheet was the most important thing. The most important thing. That's just what's so annoying. Yo-Yo says, Tom, Arteta detractors aren't questioning him based off tonight's results, but a season of goal-shy forwards. First half of the season, we created very little. We didn't really have the personnel. We didn't have the creative players. We didn't have a number 10. We couldn't play a system. Second half of the season, we've created a lot of chances, and we haven't taken them. We created a lot of chances. A lot of chances. Ron says, is he losing the dressing room? I don't think so. I just think we've got some really bad players. Some really bad players. Sabusa says, let's be honest, Arteta was a big gamble and a cheap signing compared to, just by the way, cheap signing. It's cost us £31 million to get in Arteta since Wenger left. Just by the way, not cheap, £31 million. Kroenke wants a yes man, not anyone who has reputation to challenge his ownership of the club. I mean, where do you see managers questioning the ownership and lasting? Anywhere. Where do you see that? Because I don't. I mean, you see it in Mourinho, and what happens? He gets sacked. You see it in Tuchel, and he gets sacked. So, you know, it's not just. What do you want? You want a manager that's going to come in and just argue with the owner? Is that what you want? I don't know what that's going to achieve because they're going to get sacked. So I don't know. I don't know what that achieves. I really don't. Matt Alexander says, would you start Ryan in goal? Maybe it's time because I'm getting sick of him. I'm getting a little bit sick of Leno's really poor hands. Just flapping about all over the place. What is he doing, man? What is he doing? Chris says, at least we can't lose to Sheffield on Sunday. You wait, Chris. You wait. Tabella says, Unai questioned Kroenke when he was here and openly said, I need backing from the owners. Can you send me a link for Pello to that? Because I'd love for you to send me the link to that, where he said he needs backing, because I think that's made up. But, you can send me and try and prove me wrong, but I think you've made that up. Owen. Tom, was the timid approach, poor press coordination and lack of conviction down to players alone? Owen, I think that the first 20 minutes where we were very timid was basically a hangover from Liverpool, where we just, the confidence of the team is shot. Like, we are on the floor in terms of the mentality of the sides. And even the most enthusiastic coach to try and lift these players is going to struggle. But the fact of the matter is that we created enough in this game to win the game comfortably, and we didn't take those chances. And I'm not going to sit here. Like, I sat here after Liverpool and I said that Arteta made significant mistakes that led to us losing the way that we did against Liverpool. And I held my hands up and said that that loss against Liverpool was on Arteta because he made mistakes with the team selection. The way that we set up was wrong, everything. But I can't sit here after a game in which we should have won comfortably with the chances that we created using the system that he has deployed and say that's on him. I feel like I'm fair. That in games in which we are dreadful and clearly it is his fault, like against Liverpool, like against the first 30 minutes against West Ham, even the whole game against West Ham, while we didn't win against West Ham, a lot of that was down to Arteta. But today, no. This is on the players, bro. It's fully on the players. The timing of the subs, if you want to bring that up, I'm sorry, but the subs that you made at the right time, I didn't have an issue because we were growing into the game with the players that we had on the pitch. We were creating clear-cut chances that we should have scored from. It's nothing to do with subs, bro. So, yeah, it is down to the players alone today, 100%. Smaug says, off topic, do you think Smith Rowe could play as a number 8? Could they play as an Odegaard, Partey, Smith Rowe in the future? Maybe if we really are lacking. Yeah, maybe if we're really lacking in... But I don't think we're lacking in chance creation, as we talked about today already. Matt says, did you see Arteta's reaction on the sideline? I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fed up and walks because these players can't be coached. He was, yeah, you could tell how annoyed and frustrated he was. Fuad says, I don't get how Vinay, Edu, KSE, etc. keep saying their target is to win the Champions League, and yet the ownership don't invest. And with all the holes we have now, how do they expect to compete? You're spot on, mate. Tang Wang says, you expect Aubameyang and Laka to score their respective chances today with the abundance of experience that they have, and they didn't. Javier says, do you drop Leno soon, or is it just bad form? I would, yeah. I don't think he has deserved that spot. If you look at Manchester United, right, you've got Dean Henderson playing in goal ahead of David De Gea. If Dean Henderson was playing like Bernd Leno is now, do you think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would keep him, or would he bring back De Gea? Because I think it's the latter. So Matt Ryan has shown in the one performance against Villa that he was competent keeper. The goal that we conceded was not his fault and had a very good display. He's multilingual. He communicates with the back line really well. So yeah, 100%. I would be giving Matt Ryan a chance. He might be dreadful, but at least it's better to know. Surely, at least it's better to know. So yeah, I would. Oh, man. Machiavelli says, if the players aren't listening to Arteta, doesn't it mean that he's lost the dressing room? Again, Machiavelli, we created 5 clear-cut chances, playing the system that Arteta wants us to play, by hitting them hard, by pressing, by creating those chances from the wide areas and using that system. So, yeah, they're listening to him because we're creating the chances. So, yeah, he has not lost the dressing room at all. Just Like Chemical X says, would you sell Laka, Leno, Alba in the summer? Yeah. If you can tell me that we're going to get in better players, mate. Yeah, 100%, of course. Matt says, great show, Tom. Big respect for doing these shows. We're not out of the tie yet, people. Exactly. It's like we've lost. It feels like we've lost. It feels like a loss. It really does, because it's a proper sucker punch. If we win 1-0, this show is so different. And your reactions in the chat are so different. If we're being really honest, like, we deserve to win the game because of the chances we created. And we lost the game, not because of poor tactics, not because we were outplayed. We lost the game because Cedric didn't hoof the ball up the pitch. That's fact. If he hoofs the ball up the pitch, we don't have that chance. They don't score. And it's 1-0, and we go to the next tie knowing that if we score a goal, they have to score 3. And they have to come out to try and score because we're 1-0 up. Alternatively, if we take the chances that we created today, also a comfortable win. We played better than them. We deserved the win. We missed our chances. If we play like we did today, but are more clinical, I have no doubts that we go through. We went away from our home and beat a Benfica side that weren't that great. But we've done it away from home, and we've scored important goals. And yeah, I really want this season to end now. There's only the Europa League's the only thing that's really keeping me going. And if we do go out against Slavia Prague, it's going to be a really, really horrible end to the season, because this is it. This is all that it's for. This is the only thing that I'm really grasping on for. The only thing that's given me any hope that there could be a light at the end of the tunnel, because if we go out next Thursday, it is going to be the longest few weeks until the end of the season and the longest summer. And it's going to, I tell you what, if we go in to the first game of the next season and we've barely made any signings, and we've kept players, or we've renewed players that shouldn't be renewed, it's going to be really tough to be an Arsenal fan. Love this club, like it's up there with like, don't tell her, but it's, you know what I mean. It's just, oh man, I love it so much, and it's so horrible just seeing it not get the attention that it deserves and not get the investment that it deserves. It's so horrible seeing other clubs, but you really hate as well, like other clubs like Chelsea, like Spurs, do things right, spend money well, sell well. Yeah, it's really, really frustrating. Yeah, I'm gutted, man. I'm absolutely gutted. I'm broken. Absolutely broken. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Owen says, it's okay, Tom. You can meet your mates in the garden for a pint. Owen, I'm meeting my mates in the garden tomorrow, because we can do that here. So as long as it's only 6 people, you can do that. And I'm going to really enjoy tomorrow. I'm going to forget about football after I do the show in the morning. Just going to enjoy life away from Arsenal for a bit. I'm looking forward to the Euros as well, because it means I can just take my mind away. I can focus on England and focus on them. So yeah, let's see how it goes. JD says, hang in there, guys. We talked about revamping our expectations for this season. Wait to see if we do want, we need to do in the summer, and then pour on the criticism if we don't. Should we start Runnison, says Chris? Oh, man. Ronk says, Tom, get ready for a Louise and Willian extension. And I tell you what, if Lacazette gets a 4-year deal, then we're not learning, are we? And that's on Arteta. Well, we're not learning, because they're not good enough. If Arteta looks at Lacazette and how he's playing and gives him an extension based on what we're seeing, it's not justifiable, is it? It's not justifiable. Oh, man. Henrik says, do you think it would benefit for Arsenal and the squad not to play Europe next season? Not thinking about the money part, of course. Not really, no, Henrik, because our league form is dreadful, isn't it? If we think about the idea of being out of European football, it means that you have the league and the cups. And our fans don't value the cups, clearly. A lot of the fans don't value them, because if they did, there'd be a lot more stock in that FA Cup that we won less than a year ago. And then it's the league. And if you look at the league, there's a lot of good teams in the league. There's a lot of teams that are better than us. Pretty much all of the teams above us are better than us. Some people might not want to say that, because they look at West Ham, they look at Everton, and they'd be like, no, look, we're Arsenal. We shouldn't be below these sides. And you're right. You are right. We shouldn't be. But this is what our owners have done to us. We are now worse than them, because that's what's happened. Because they've got owners and execs that have run their clubs well. Everton have got an owner that is willing to pump money into that club to get it higher, to push it up, to make it a big, big, big club in the modern era. Ours aren't interested, mate. Ours don't care at the moment, because we're not seeing them care. Oh, man. Oh, I'm gonna have to wrap up, guys, because I'm really just drumming myself into the ground right now. I really, really am. It's going to be a long wait to next Thursday. Sheffield United's not going to help. I really don't think it's going to help. It's going to be a game in which all of our players are going to be focused on the Europa game and this game and the mental impact of this game. Oh man, yeah, just so frustrating. Lincoln, I had some. I'm on the water now. Is that David? Thanks, David. I know. I know I give you a bit of stick about negativity now and again, Dave, but yeah, you can tell me to perk up, son. Oh man, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the Let's Talk Arsenal show, 11 a.m. We'll have a little bit more of a chat. We've been able to reflect. I'm going to read Arteta's comments. We're going to talk about how he's feeling. We're going to have more of a chat for sure. If you could drop a like on the vid, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's all about discussion. It's about opinions. We're all suffering together, even though we talk differently. Podcast on Monday with a few of the guys. And of course, I hope to join Drew. I hope to join Hugh for the watch along on Sunday as well. So yeah, it's up. Oh, that was horrible. I'll see you soon, guys. It's been a pleasure to speak to you as always, and as always, up the arse.